Hello and welcome to another wicked gameplay World of Warcraft video. So basically what I wanted to show people today was the professions. So this is something that you'll do as a player. You'll have to build up a couple of different professions. So you have two main professions, um, and they'll be things like blacksmithing or skinning or jewel crafting, alchemy, and there's a few other ones, but you can actually pick two of those. So, for example, your first one could be a mining, which allows you to gather stones and metals, and your second profession could be a blacksmith, which means you could then take those stones and metals and create armor or swords or you know all those things that a blacksmith could potentially make. So and what you do is you start off at the small levels, like an apprentice, and you build your way up to a master blacksmither or whatever the levels are. You also have these secondary professions here. There's archaeology, which you won't really start doing until you're level 20, I believe. And you will also need the Cataclysm expansion to do archaeology. I don't think you can do it. There's fishing, so you can just casually go and fish. It also means you can catch the fish and use those to build up your health and that sort of thing. Then there's cooking, same sort of thing. You build up your cooking skills, and first aid, which you can use cloths and things that you pick up from your kills and turn them into bandages to heal yourself. You find your cooking trainer, and this is going to fill in our cooking profession here. So we'll just right click, and basically what's going to happen, you're going to buy the apprentice cook skill. So this is going to allow you to cook basic recipes up to a maximum of 75. So we're going to do that. We're going to train for that. And we can already create some spice bread, or learn how to create the spice bread. So you can see in the little window over there, just about this area when I'm hovering on it, that if you create the spice bread, it restores 58 of your health over 18 seconds, and yes, when you're eating it while you're seated. So I'm going to just buy that again. So that's 10 copper. I think it's copper. And we're going to train for that as well. So now we have to be level 10 to get to this spiced wolf meat. So once we've trained and we go back to our professions window, you'll see now we have the cooking window enabled. So allows you to cook, make basic recipes. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the first aid trainer, and I found a first aid trainer here, and it's basically going to be the same thing. We've got first aid here, and we right click on the first aid trainer, choose the apprentice first aid. It costs 95 copper, and here's what we have right now, so we can learn that quickly, and we're done with that.
Safe travels.
And basically how this would work is, if we open up our panel here, you can click the first aid. It shows you we can make these linen bandages, and if you hover up, this is what you're going to make. This is the ingredient, and I just happen to have some. So we have 3 of these linen cloths, and with a linen cloth, with each, you have 3 linen cloths here, and only costs 1 linen cloth to make one. So we have 3, and it's 1 linen cloth to make 1 linen bandage. So basically what we would do is click the create, or create all if you want to create all of them. So let's create all of them. And you can see this value is going down. And now we have in our bags here these linen bandages. If we right click one, okay, you can see I'm applying first aid to myself. I didn't need it, but that's just basically how it works. And you'll see here that my first aid has gone up by 4 points. So as you accumulate experience points here, you come back to your trainer.
How are you?
And you can get the next level of bandaging. Now with the cooking, while you can make yourself food to heal, so for example, if I wanted to eat one of these, he sits down and he actually starts, you'll see up here, it's restoring 3 health per second, shows you how much he's got, but my health is already full, so it's not really doing me any good. But when you're a smaller character, you don't really need it. You don't really use them that much, but it's probably a good idea to just build it up. When you get to the higher levels, you will start to find that you'll need to have some sort of foods to regenerate your health much more quickly. Okay, so right now we're just going to quickly talk about armor. So right now at this level of the game, it's not that critical. I mean, you're just going to get armor. For example, if we look here, these boots are going to give me 18 armor, and this vest is going to give me 5. So this armor at this level doesn't really have any properties yet. But as you progress, you're going to find that there is certain armor that will suit your character better than others. So what you do is you press C to get this panel up, which has all your character's armor on it. And you just take notice of this button, the character information. You click that, and it gives you some further details about your character. So to kind of understand all the different characteristics of your armor and what is good, you need to look at this attributes here. So I have a warrior. If you have a mage, the attributes will be a little bit different. I mean, you'll still have this list, but you'll see here that I use strength. So it says the strength increases attack power by 46. I also use agility, which increases critical hit chance by 5.42%. I also use stamina, which increases my health by 100. Intellect, though, doesn't have any benefit for a warrior, and spirit has no benefit for a warrior. So as you progress and choose your armor, you're going to see these attributes on the armor. It's going to say this armor will give you, 10 intellect and 5 spirit. If you're a warrior and your intellect and spirit are grayed out, or whatever your class has, then you need to be familiar with these, and don't put on armor that has attributes that are of no benefit. So that way you know that you're choosing the right armor for your class.